Alright, hey guys, it's Tess, and this is another Minecraft tutorial. Alright, so what we're going to be doing today is this bidirectional railway stop. Now it works, it's pretty cool. It just grabs the cart and stops it, and then you can press a button to decide which way you want it to go. Just like so. Now, of course, you wouldn't bounce back and forth like this in a real game, but this is just to get the idea. Alright, so let's go ahead and build one. Oh, hey, rogue chicken. Alright, well, let's get started. First thing we need to do is make a trough. 9 wide. This is 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. The center is going to be our... that's going to be the block where the cart is stopped. Then we need 2 more power rail on either side of that, and then our detector rails, and then these are just that's it. That's the end of the rail that belongs to the device. Alright, and now we need to do the control panel. So I'm gonna say, how about right here? This is a little bit customizable here in the ways that you can do this, as far as how far back you want these to go. You just have to... I'll talk about that in a minute. Alright. So this is going to be the control panel. Yeah, that looks good. Alright. So just like so. Make sure you got a dead air block right there. Alright, and then our 2 buttons just go right on the front of this panel. And then we run redstone wire up along the side here. 2 repeaters. And then down the middle. And these, I set them all the way back to 4. And just, what this does is it just makes one fire off before the other, but both fire off. Alright, so that's done for that side. And now we need to come over here and dig down a little bit so that we can have some space to work. Back this whole thing up. And, I mean, it's not necessary to clear all the space. I just really like a nice large work area to work with while I'm doing stuff like this. I don't like to be cramped up. So I'm a little OCD around that. So I'm also a little OCD around having these little blocks out. Okay, so then we're going to run some wire down here, so we need to clear that out. We're going to go in right up to our middle block and then hook in like so. And yeah, just like that. 2 repeaters. Now just like that one, you could go further back, but we'll talk about that in a minute. Sorry, just 1 tick on each. And then we're going to do redstone like so. Then cover it back up. And then our second set of pistons just go right on top like that. And that's pretty much done. Now you just need to settle it back up with the with the floor. Just, surface everything. Wow, I just couldn't figure out what I wanted to say there. Yeah, and that's the device. It should work just fine now. Oh, I forgot. Need to do one last thing. Right down in here, you need to put a switch and power it on. That'll power the middle block. And then it'll power the side that it's going to afterwards. Okay, and then one thing that I like to do is sometimes I like to just use a half slab here instead, just to make it cooler. And sometimes I even will do a half slab here. That way that it just looks neater, and then I like to put some half slabs here. But you can decorate it all, any way you want on your own time. One thing of note is that sometimes you need to, depending on how fast you're coming into these things, you may need to adjust the delay below, or even move the detector rails out and run more wire. Just, play with it depending on what your setup is, and find what works for your setup. Also, like I said, you can move these back as far as the pistons can push blocks. You just need to make sure that they can push. That was what I was talking about earlier. And yep, so that's it. That's your bidirectional minecart stop. And I hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure to like and subscribe if you did. Okay, have a good day, guys.